Hello, hello. This is Raquel with Paints and Glitter. I'm crafting live, and let me just adjust my camera here. If you're joining me, thank you for watching. I'm just going to take a look here at my own chat. I'm just getting ready here in case anybody wants to chime in. Please say hello. Just getting some items ready here, and I'm going to be making some 3x3 cards and a box. Hi, Scrap and Craft Queen. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. I did not announce this video as usual, but I'm going to be crafting here, and I'm trying to watch my, let's see here. There we go. Trying to access my own video, and of course I get the pop-up ads. But I thank you for joining me. I'm going to be cutting some papers right now. What I have here are I'm working on some 3x3 cards. Let me show you the sample. I had to joist this up. Hi, Carrie. Welcome to my channel. This is what I'm going to be working on today. Isn't she cute? Last night I released a video showing how I colored these little girls. These are little stamps from Stamping Bella. And thank you, sweetie. What I've done is, here they are. Here's the rest of them. They are so teeny, teeny, tiny. And that's actually what they're called, which is, I think, is so cute. But this is the little stamp that I'm using. And it is from the Littles collection. These are at a really phenomenal price right now over at Stamping Bella, so I had to pick them up. And this is called Playing in the Leaves. And I haven't stamped the entire thing yet, but it does come with 3 little leaves and then the little girl in the leaves. So if you saw my coloring video, thank you, Carrie, then you would have seen how, well, here's a remaining piece of the paper. So sorry for bumping the camera there. But hi, Angie, thank you for joining us. What I did was I stamped them all out. You can see the leaves there. And then I fussy cut the little girls after I colored them. And what I did was that I incorporated them into these little cards that I'm going to be making. I was just finishing up the stitching so that I could do the video and show you how I made this little card. And then I'm going to be making a little box. So God willing, I'll be able to get through all of that in one video. So here are the rest of the little girls. And what I did was that I kind of tweaked, you know, or changed around the markers just a little bit to give them different skin tones, because I didn't want, I don't know if you guys do any coloring with alcohol markers, but if you do, then you may notice that sometimes when you buy markers, and let me show you what I mean. Okay. So markers that you see in a store or online that look like this, and you see that color, and you're thinking, oh, okay, that's going to be great for blending a skin tone. And let me show you what this will look like, right? Okay. I'm just scribbling it right here so you guys can see, right? So the more you layer this, the undertone starts showing up. And if you know about inks and that sort of thing, then that'll make sense to you. But here's what ends up happening. Okay, when this color when it's all said and done, it leans to yellow. So when you're coloring faces or skin tones, then you have to bear that in mind, that your little people that you're coloring are going to end up with that kind of tonality to the skin. So what I wanted to do was to make sure that they all had almost like, you know, varieties of skin tones, even though it's very subtle. But so here you see she's got more of a peachy color, and then she's more of the little almost yellowish skin tone, and then this one, she's got a little more of a tan. So she used her bronzer. But in any case, that's just a side note. That's what I was showing in the video, was how to color these in. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. But those are the little girls I'm going to be incorporating. And yes, I used Nuvo pens, but I also used Prismacolor markers and Spectrum Noir I used this one in particular in case you're interested, which is the FS3, and I think I picked that up at Tuesday morning. So, but enough about that. I am now going to be cutting out a couple of snowflakes that I want to incorporate because, believe it or not, I thought, it needs a little something. So I like to layer my projects. And what I did here was that I used some, let me show you very quickly, and I'll explain why also. Okay, so I used some Distress Oxide ink in Broken China. This is my mixed media mat, so I just smushed it on there and added water. And then I just dipped in my paper. If you can see even the markings on the paper. Okay, I wanted that kind of variegated look. And I also, hi Krista, thank you for joining us. I also took a baby wipe and I just kind of wiped it down. Now the baby wipe was completely dry. You can see it here. I just wiped it down to remove any of the harsh edges. And the reason I went with this color on, hi Irene, good morning. Thank you for joining us. The reason I went with this color to make some of actually it's going to be poinsettia. And let me cut this while I'm thinking about it and while I'm talking. The reason I went with that is because I designed some papers, and here's the good news and the bad news. The good news is that I'm going to redesign them. The bad news is that I lost my file, so I cannot add it on my Etsy store right now, sadly. Hi, Karen. Bienvenida. Thank you for joining us. So let me show you the papers that I'm referring to while I feed this into my, got my Anna Griffin cutting machine here set aside. I'm going to feed this through. If you're unfamiliar with this machine, it's awesome. I'm just going to feed these through. I've got some little snowflakes in there and then that poinsettia. Okay, so here's what I did. And I showed this in another project I'll show you in a moment. I designed these papers and you see the snowflakes? I was so happy with this design and I was going to release it for sale and everything because I thought it came out so cute. But then life happened and my entire file got deleted. So that my best bet would be to rescan. Here's the entire paper. I could either rescan it and get an awful scan or redesign it. So I went with, let me just redesign it. And let me show you a finished project, in fact, that I did make with those papers. So this is another project that I did, and I used those papers in the background. I did this for Renee Bouquet project that I released as, I think it was Christmas in July. So I just loved it because I was inspired by the snowflakes available at Renee Bouquet's store. So if you see that snowflake there, that was one of my inspirations for designing the snowflakes on the paper. But like I said, I'm redesigning it. So hopefully when it comes out, you guys like it even more. Here's the back in case you're interested. Isn't that cute? And let me just show you how that works. See that? It comes out. So I'm hoping to make a bigger project with this actually, but we'll see how that goes because I have a gajillion projects in mind and only 24 hours in a day, right? So, okay, so here I am cutting out, that explains the blue, all of that to explain why I chose blue on that. And I'm only going to do 2 of those. So I guess there was no need to cut that paper down, but here's these itty bitty little snowflakes. These guys came from some die set that I picked up at Michael's, like I don't even know how long ago. So thank you, Karen. Yes, I already started the design. I just have to finish it. And believe you me, I wish I had already done so because then I would have been able to say, hey, stop by my Etsy store and pick it up. But you know what? It's fine. It's one of those things where you learn the hard way that when they tell you to save stuff to your Google Drive, your backup drive, or whatever, that you should probably do that, especially if you're designing things. Because let me tell you, I almost cried. I was like, no. But that's okay. All right, so I did my 2 poinsettias that I said I was going to cut out, and then I'm going to cut out, let's see, that's 1, 2, and I promise you guys it's not going to be a lot of cutting and whatnot because I've got everything here sprawled out on my table, as you can tell. And then it's just going to be a matter of assembling. But been a year, hasn't it? And my connection looks like it. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me know if you guys are able to hear me because for some reason, I live in the country and for some reason we all have to share the internet out here. And in a moment, I'll tell you guys. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So in a moment, I'm going to give you a listing also of all the products that I'm using today. But to begin, okay, so there was, for those of you who have just joined us, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. So from Stamping Bella, this is the little stamp. I explained that I colored those and fussy cut them. If you want to see that process video, it is up on the channel. From my own design, I have these little background papers, just making some note cards. From Nicole Silhouette, I have this little doily die cut. I did use 110-pound cardstock. Okay. Then from TonicStudios, I have a box that I'm going to assemble with you guys. And I also have, what else? Yes, this banner from Sizzix, and it came from this set here. Let me, you can't see that. It's 560695, and this is an older set called Whimsy and Delight. Okay. Yeah. Oh, by Brenda Walton. So that's how old that is. I don't know if Brenda Walton's still designing for these guys, but I love that little set. I got that, I think, on, gosh, I don't, it's Facebook Marketplace or something like that. Okay, what else did I have here? So I want to give you guys all the details. Okay, to stamp the little girls, I used the Acorn Brown ink from TonicStudios. This is a hybrid ink, and it's great, absolutely fantastic. If you can tell, I was able to alcohol color these little girls, and the lines didn't blur or anything like that. Absolutely wonderful. Then from John Next Door, yep, John Next Door, are the little poinsettias and the shadow. So those I have in 2 different colors. These papers, by the way, are from TonicStudios. Gorgeous, gorgeous papers. I have vellum, and then this pink glitter paper also from TonicStudios. Isn't that so pretty? Just on its own, like if you're a minimalist and you know what? This comes from my, what do you call that? Magnetic mat. It leaves little black doohickey thingies, and I don't like that. Anyway, if you don't like to layer, these little poinsettias are so beautiful because you can just do them on their own, and that's fine. Now, from that Sizzix die, I think I mentioned, I think I didn't. This is what I used, was the banner. Now, again, my cutting mat is magnetic and it's black. So when you guys get paper that looks like, see how dingy it looks? All you need is a rubber eraser. These are available now at the dollar stores even. So just do that. And of course, be more gentle than I am because I destroy stuff. So I'm impatient. Okay. And it just cleans up your paper beautifully. And if it has adhesive on it, of course, because that's what this is called, it's an adhesive remover also, then that's going to get rid of that too. So if you accidentally have a little bit of a drop of glue, just wait for it to dry and then use that and you'll be in business. You'll be all right. So are any of you guys crafting today? Please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're working on. Are you making Christmas items? Are you all done with Christmas items? Do you even craft for Christmas? I know this is kind of like the, what do you call that? Crunch time, because it's the last few weeks or days even that you get to craft for Christmas if you do mail anything out. Or if you're Hispanic like me, we celebrate it till January, so you get a little bit more leeway. So if you ever mail anything out late for Christmas, just say, I'm adopting Hispanic policies. Oh, wonderful. Oh, wow, Angie. That's awesome. Angie, which branch? I'm an Army brat. So that explains a lot about me. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. I'm done with the little bitty snowflakes. Yay. These little tiny pieces are probably the most tedious things to cut out. However, I like adding little bits of detail to my cards because I feel like it keeps the eye moving across your project and it adds whimsy, and I like anything that's whimsical and sweet. So here's the rest of that. These came with, like, I don't even know, some little bitty, look at the size of that snowman. Those came, I don't know if they were, no, Recollections. Those are from Recollections. I was gonna say Mama Elephant, but those are some different ones. Yes, Puerto Rican time, absolutely. Angie, yes. Oh wow, Irene, I didn't know that. Oh, that's hilarious. This is awesome. Latinas in the house. So, if you're bilingual, bienvenidas a todas y gracias por venir a mi canal. No voy a hacer el video en español, pero se los voy a hacer en inglés y espero que me puedan seguir como quiera. And I just said thank you and welcome to the Hispanic ladies to my channel. I'm going to make the video in English, not in Spanish. But y'all know if you need to reach me and talk in Spanish or comment in Spanish, then I'll be able to understand you. So, okay, so I'm going to set these aside for one moment. One other thing that I have from TonicStudios is this adorable little stamp set here. So, yes, same here, ladies. Okay, so I've got the stamp set, and from that stamp set are these tiny little snowflakes, which I thought were perfect for this. And also the sentiment Christmas cheer is what I stamped here on this little banner. And I love that the font was so itty bitty that it was perfect for that tiny little card. By the way, that comes from this gorgeous Tonic craft kit. If you could bear with me, I'll tell you which one. And it's number 36, and it's called the Nordic. And I'm sorry I'm stepping away for a second. I'm just trying to grab the stuff without falling over. Okay, so it's this craft kit here with the little box, and that's what I want to make today. Craft kit number 36, and sadly this is not available any longer because if you know anything about TonicStudios, their craft kits are only available for the month in which you can purchase them, and that one already mailed out. It came with all of these dies here, and then it came with the little stamp set. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And here I'm using the hybrid ink in Cherry Blossom. Okay, so you'll be able to see how that looks, and I was just so happy that these coordinated perfectly with everything that I had in mind to do, because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I am the type of person that creative ideas just come up in the middle of the night, and it's, you know, I don't know why the brain works that way. I suppose it's because you're not distracted with other things, right? Cotidianos, problemas cotidianos, but when, you know, I try to fall asleep, it's like, boom, another idea comes to mind. I'm like, darn it, I don't have time to do that right now. So I wish I could take a snapshot of my brain and be like, save that for later. The same way you press the volume button on your phone. Oh, I wish I could do that. However, I got to thinking, I was like, oh, you know what? I designed that paper, I want to use it, and it's for a particular reason. And then all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? Let me take a look here. And I found all of these things that just coincided perfectly. Yes, Angie, I need to do that. And you know what? I keep telling myself that I'm going to do that. But here's my thing. My husband, I cannot turn the light on in the room at night at all because my husband will wake up, and the poor thing, he gets up so early to go to work that I don't ever want him to miss sleep. So if I did that, I would wake him up and he would probably not like me at all because he wakes up anytime the lights are on. Oh gosh, I think it's hysterical, but I don't mean to, you know. That's just what we do. We ladies, especially us crafty types. We can make life very difficult for other people because we're like, oh, squirrel! I need to do this now! Who cares that it's 1 o'clock in the morning? Oh gosh. So here I have my little sentiment. And here's something that you can do if you don't already know this. I think everybody does, but just in case. Yes, the phone. Oh my gosh, don't you? You know what? I sometimes feel like a maniac because it's like this weird random blue light going off in the middle of the night. And then you know what I do consistently, because this, of course, that wouldn't be me if I didn't, is that I drop the phone and then I try to pick it up. Oh, I'm such a hot mess. Try to pick it up and then that doesn't work. Because then I'm, you know, try to roll out of bed and I'm afraid of falling off the bed. Oh, so bad. Anyway, okay, so here's what I wanted to say about the stamp. I get myself laughing. You can arc, I don't know the word for it, but you can bend the stamp into an arc and then fit your die cut piece. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And I'm, of course, already looking at my sample to see how far in to do this. And that says Christmas. And I'm going to do it on the other ones as well before I forget so that we're not here for 5 hours. But yeah, I'm very clumsy, which my edited videos would never tell you. But I am a very clumsy person, so I am that person that would fall out of bed because she needed to place a note in the phone. Oh gosh. Because I have no depth perception. Like right now I'm wearing these cheapo reading glasses that make me feel like I'm 102, but I'm over it. I'm at that age where I don't care anymore. I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. Just give me something. All right, so it was Christmas cheer. Christmas cheer. So now, I suppose, you know what? This would be really cute. You know what just came to mind? Oh my gosh. If you have a, oh, okay, what am I doing? All right. If you have a girl who is, thank you, Karen. I'll take that as a compliment. If you have a girl that in your life that you love, that's a cheerleader, and you did a Christmas cheer card and then put little pom-poms on her hands, wouldn't that be just so cute? That just came to mind. Oh, that would be so cute. Anyway, I don't, but if I did, I would like to do that. I was invited to be part of the cheer squad in high school. I remember that. And my mama said no. Because Latin moms are like that. She'll probably watch this video and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing, mija? Talking bad about your mama. Anyway, I'm just adding the cheer here. Cheer, cheer, cheer. One more cheer and we're done with this. All right, we're done with that. And okay, so, and of course you could handwrite this sort of thing, or you could do it on the computer and print it all out and then die cut it. But those are just some ideas to throw out there. Now, one of them didn't stamp absolutely perfect like the other ones. I don't sweat that sort of thing. I will move on and looking for a marker. Not that one. Okay, let me just reach for the whole thing. I always say I think I'm prepared, but no, 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 no. No, here we go. Okay, because I want it to look exactly like the other one. Oh, mamma mia. So I'm going to show you guys. Here's my glitter marker, and it's this beautiful kind of, wait, is this even it? Hold on 1 second. Nope, that's not it. I thought it was too dark. It's this one. And it's called Strawberry Bonbon. So it's a really cute pink. And when you ask why not, oh, not my mom. You know what she said to me? Porque la hija mía no va a estar enseñando las pantaletas en el aire. That's what she said. And somebody else can translate. But yeah, conservative background here. So that was not gonna happen. Eso es pecado. Muchacha mundana. Oh gosh. I'm waiting for if you guys probably know who LaJuan James is, I'm waiting for him to do that episode. Because I watch his videos and I'm like, oh, I can relate. I can relate. So it's looking like my little marker here is almost out of juice because I've used it so much. But there's a little bit of sparkle left there. And if anything, I could also follow it up with a different pink marker, but I'm just going to use up whatever's left in here because it's just for a little touch of color here. So yeah, so it's a good thing I don't have girls because I have 2 sons and they're so Americanized because their father's American and they cannot relate to my life whatsoever. They don't understand my strict upbringing, but they're like, wow, Mom, you're a bit much. But that's how we are, and we're so protective also of our kids, you know. But I think, oh, you know what? This all of a sudden started working, guys. I got talking. So let me show you what that looks like. And these are now way darker than I wanted them to be, but oh well. It is what it is. All right, so that's the little border that I wanted to give, but I didn't want it to be that wide. However, it's going to stay that way now. Next step is going to be the base. Oh yeah, my kids, they understand them. But of course, you know, it's that thing of, you know, why are you so dramatic? That's the word, right? Why are you so dramatic? Or my son will say, Mom, don't get upset. Just listen to me. And I'm like, I'm not upset. I am not yelling. That's how we talk. We're passionate. It's that Spanish blood. You can't do anything about it. It's just ingrained in us and in our DNA. So, okay. So I'm going to take my card bases. Here we are. And I'm going to score these at 3 inches because these are 3 by 3 cards. Therefore, the paper has to be 6 by 3. I'm going to score these in half. And I'm just using this itty bitty We Are Memory Keepers scoreboard. And it just makes life a little bit easier to use this sort of thing. However, you could always just do it by hand. All right. I just make an excuse to get every gadget in town. Let's be honest. All right, so I'm going to fold these in half and burnish them well because I don't want my little cards to be uneven. And I am also going to be finishing the inside. I do have those papers cut out already. So I do line the inside of my cards, not just the outside. So if they get a little bit yucky from things on the table, I don't worry too much either because I'm going to cover all of that up. I'm going to set this aside now. Yeah, we all have our stories, right? It's just crazy though. There's so much going on, and I don't know where you guys live. I think, who was it? Someone is from, was it Nevada? Or Vegas? One of you ladies, in Massachusetts. But the, yeah, heads up, guys. Be aware of the laws that are or you know, people are trying to pass that have to do with our children, particularly. I am, oof, yeah, I'm praying about a lot of things right now because, you know, we have to protect our kids. So, all right, I'm going to try to, as I said before, try to use these little rubber erasers as much as possible. And then I try to pick the dirtiest part of my card, and that's going to be the front, believe it or not, because that's what I'm going to cover up. And what I did with mine was that I took a die from Nicole Silhouette. It's actually a little doily, and it comes like this, right? Let's just picture this as all one piece. And hi, Jackie. Oh, South Africa. Wonderful. Thank you for being with us, Jackie. I don't know if you had already said hello or not, but welcome. Oh, hi, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. So I'm just showing some little 3x3 cards today. So this die comes like this. It's absolutely gorgeous. The detail on that edge is beautiful. What I did was I folded it in half twice, and then I cut it like a little, you know, a little pizza pie. I just went along the lines. And what I'm doing here is that I'm just to have that little peekaboo piece, almost like lace, right? Faux lace. I'm going to adhere this first, and I'm going to use, let's see, whichever glue cooperates, because that's all. All right, yes, Art Glitter Glue is happy today. The climate here changes, so sometimes my adhesive decides not to play nice, depending on that. So I'm just going to let it peek out a tiny bit. I don't want this to be the centerpiece of my card, but it's going to give it that little something extra. Like I mentioned before, I like adding little special details. Here's the piece of paper. I did machine stitch it like a crazy woman. And then I'm going to also, what do you call that? Distress the edges. And this is a distress tool, but if you don't have one, you can just use the edge of your scissors to do the same thing. Oh, that's awesome, Irene. Yeah, mine are getting older, and I have a 15-year-old. He just turned 15, and the other one's 23. And they're going, you know, flying the coop, as they say. And that's oh, thank you, Irene. That's the difficulty of having boys, of course, is that, you know, they're not like girls where they stay home and that sort of thing, or bring the husband home, or, well, I mean, most of them do, not everybody. But boys are just like, hey, see you later. Love you, Ma. Thank you for everything. But such is life, you know. It's good to enjoy those moments while you have them, though. All right, so I'm just gonna try to, and I'm sorry that I'm slow, guys. I have very weak hands, and so I grasp things and I feel like they're gonna fall out of my hands. So I don't mean to go this slow. I just don't have strength in my hands. But I guess I should have done this before I started also. But I wanted to get this video up today and say hello to everyone. Okay, that's enough of that. Now that I have that big old snowy mess on my table, that's going to be the next layer. And I'm just going to follow along here. Make sure that there's enough adhesive to cover that, and then the edges. And you can tell I am not being very, very neat about that, because this is just going to cover the whole thing here. And we'll still have that raw edge look. Now, depending on the size of card that you're making, of course, you could add a whole lot of bulk to this, or, you know, what do you call that? Layering dimension. That's the word I was looking for. But for this, what's going to create the dimension is this gorgeous lace that you see here. This is from Renee Bouquets, and I've used it in a previous project. And I think I gave it away. I was going to show you a sample, but this is a pink lace. However, It leans toward peach. And that's gonna go next here. So I'm gonna bring over my glue gun for that. Okay, and I know that it's gonna cover up a lot of that background, but I'm not concerned with that whatsoever. Okay, so just a little dab of that for the moment. Then the next thing that I made was the poinsettia that I layered, and I love making layered flowers. So here's my, this is called Pink Tutu, I believe, cardstock. That's from TonicStudios. I have some vellum, and then here's that other pink glitter card. In fact, I can show you what this looks like here, called Pink Frosting. There it is. And it's gorgeous because this kind of glitter paper does not flake. So I really enjoy using it because, as you can tell, I used it with an intricate die there. And you don't see glitter falling off of it all over my table or anything like that. And I am going to have hot glue all over my nails. And of course, that happens. Excuse me. I tried to get the string off, and the whole thing just flew away. So, here we go. This one didn't cut absolutely perfect either, but that's okay. All right, so this is my little poinsettia, but for the center, what I wanted to do was use this other lace here. And what I did was that I wanted to use those little flowers because it comes like this with the flowers. I'm sorry, with the pearls. And this is also from Renee Bouquets. So if you're interested in that, that's where this gorgeous lace came from. So I'm just going to remove the little flowers here, get myself set up for that. And it's just, again, oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you. The dies for that poinsettia are from John Next Door. I picked those up last year, and let me tell you, he makes some beautiful, beautiful dies. And I got them from Craft Stash. I don't know if he still has that particular poinsettia, but even if he doesn't, let me tell you, he'll have something else that's just equally as adorable. And then it comes as one big plate, but you can place your, you already know this, but you can place your paper just where you want it to cut and no further, and then you can get the smaller ones versus the larger ones because it does cut out some really big ones too. Okay, guys, I'm meticulous as all get out, so sorry, but I can't deal. If it's not perfect, it's not going on my card. Oh gosh, and my OCD kicks in. All right, 3 flowers. Good. Okay. Let's and by the way, if you don't already know this, make sure you use fabric scissors for your lace, ladies. Don't use your paper scissors because you'll regret it. What's going next? The little girl will be going here. And what I'm wanting to make sure I do, and let me zoom in actually, guys. Let me move this back a little bit. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. Sorry for not having done so sooner. Let me know if that's better. But what I want to do here is make sure that I have room for all those little intricate details that I mentioned before. And because it's such small real estate, such a small little piece here, then I'm going to actually put the little flower first with very little adhesive so that I know where this is going to go, okay? So I'm just going to dab my hot glue there. Flower safe. And then I'm going to use my hot glue here. And I don't know if you can tell, but I am intentionally, that word is hard for me to say, intentionally placing this so that this little stamped snowflake is on this edge and not the other one. Why? Because the little girl's going to be here and she would have covered that image, okay? Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the feedback. Because I can't stand it when I can't see what a person's making, so I try to be conscious of that. All right, so let me show you what I meant. Okay, so you see how she's on the upper left-hand side here? I did that on purpose so that you can still see that little image, and then she's not being blocked by this element here. Then comes the banner that we stamped, the Christmas cheerleader banner. Oh. So, oh yes, I did cut this down. I meant to mention that. Where's my scissors? Right here. Okay, so this I sandwiched in between here. And then after I do this, I'll place that little pearl flower. There we go. I think that's how I did it. Almost positive. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us. We are crafting, making 3x3 cards here. I'm just going to clean this up because I see something there. I don't know if it's going to come off. But, okay. I'm going to use hot glue again. In this case, I'm just going to add a tiny bit here. And pray to God I don't make a mess, of course. I'm going to tuck that in there. And here we go. Now I'm just going to place a tiny little drop here. Just a little bit there. That'll keep that from moving all around. Hi, Angie. Or wait, you've already been here, Angie. You're saying hi to Elizabeth. I apologize. Thank you so much. If you want to, you'll be able to see the coloring of these images in another video that I made, and Elizabeth, and then all of the items are also I mentioned at the beginning of this video, but if you have any questions for me, sweetie, let me know. I'll be happy to show them again. Okay, so now this serves two different purposes. One of them, of course, is that it looks so cute in the center there, but it also hides that raw edge of that little banner. So that is why I placed that behind there, like that. Thank you, Irene. But we're not done yet. Of course, right? I'm like, but wait, there's more. All right, so let's take these little itty bitty snowflakes. Remember how I mentioned the itty bitty details? That's, you know, what I love about this is that you can keep going. I had a design professor that would always do that. She would walk by our tables and then she would stand behind me. And let me tell you, that did a world of good for me, because it really encouraged me to just lose that fear of creating. Thank you so much. All right, so on the lace, inevitably I have to use my glue gun, but then on the other piece here, I will use some glue, regular glue, and I want it to look as if she's playing with that little snowflake. So I'm just going to tuck it right there next to her hand, just like that. Okay, and it brings a little bit more pink to the image there, but I don't mind that. Then the last thing that I did with that was that of course I used some glitter drops from Nuvo. This one is called Silver Crystals. And I just fell in love with this because it's so pretty. And all I did was one little drop here in the center of this particular snowflake. Just like that. And then some little drops on the banner. And Nuvo drops are your safety because you can cover up any smudges, any errors, any mistake. Just stick a Nuvo drop on it and you'll be good. Then I also used another one. I think it was this itty bitty little bottle, if I'm not mistaken. This was a sample. And this is called Bubble Gum Blush. So this is more of a matte finish. Actually, no, it's not. It's a glossy finish, but the color is more pigmented. It's not translucent. That's the word I was looking for. So we can do that. And we are done with that card. And then I'm not going to do the other two because they're just going to be exactly the same with the difference of this color poinsettia. I'm not going to keep you guys here all day, but this is the finished card there. Isn't she so cute? Oh my gosh. And here's the other one. The difference being that she doesn't have the itty bitty snowflakes, but I'll be, oh, sorry guys. I'll be adding that to the cards, of course. And I might make the other little bitty snowflakes in this color for those other two. So I'll post pictures on Instagram and all that good stuff. Now, let me show you the other thing that I wanted to show you here, which was, I'm going to set these things aside. And I'm only doing this because I'm, you know, this would be very repetitive and I think you guys would fall asleep on me. I'm not going to torture you today. So, the other thing that I wanted to show you and assemble with you is this gorgeous little box, okay? This was with the TonicStudios craft kit that I mentioned. It is so adorable, and I just yesterday got to cut these pieces out. Let me show you. This is the little detail. It's got a little reindeer, a little tiny bird. I don't know if you can make that out down here, but a bird, a tree, and snowflakes and all that good stuff. Thank you, ladies. So I wanted to use this with the hopes of being able to gift the cards, or if they don't fit, I'll just do something else. I'm not going to worry about it. But here's the panel that goes in the center of that little box. And this is one of two. The other one has a different design. But here you can see little stars, little bauble here. And then this here is meant for you to oh, thank you. Yes, the pink and blue is right. It's kind of the in thing for Christmas right now. So I figured, okay, let me keep it in that color palette for this. And okay, so let me show you this quickly. This is the other little panel with the little Christmas ornaments or baubles, and then the little stars also. So I just cut these out of 110-pound white cardstock. Here they are already adhered. And this is just one of very many different ways that you can use that. Hi, Sandra. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm just going to assemble this with you guys. It's going to be just a matter of layering these. But I wanted to also show you, you can make tags with this set. Oh my gosh, and I just fell in love with the tags because I like little tiny details. And here's the little reindeer with the stars and that little bird and the trees. Isn't that so cute? So I just layered it on top of that pink glitter cardstock. Here's another option. Oh, okay, so this is the same one, and what I did was that I cut it out of the glitter paper with a white background. But I figured that would be too much for this. I'm going to use the other one. Then here's another thing that I tried out. I used an entirely different die set, and then I incorporated those two that I just showed you. I'm sorry, I incorporated this one here because they're kind of like a half moon shape, but they cut into the paper. They don't cut the border. They're called verso dies when they don't cut the border out. So you can cut them out of other pieces, and look at how sweet that is. It comes with these little sentiments like joy, Noel, there's that one. And here's the joy on its own, like that. Oopsie, it's upside down. So see how itty bitty they are? Now I had to use two separate die sets just to cut that out, which was not very easy, but the good thing is that you can incorporate them into other papers and then make your own designs. So I'm probably going to be making some little embellishments with that. Thank you, ladies. It's not me, it's the die set, trust me. I mean, they're so adorable. They come with such a variety of different things that you can do. And let me show you what I mean. So you see the little tag piece, and then here's that piece that I used for the reindeer. It's actually upside down. But if you can tell, it doesn't cut that border. So I don't have to use it inside of that. I can use it inside of anything that's a circle or whatever. It also came with an oval one. And let me show you the sentiments so that you can see how itty bitty they are. So here's the joy. And then this one says peace. It's upside down. Love and Noel. And I'm showing you that so you can also see that if you cut them out, you can get this itty bitty little piece. And this is what I wanted to put on here, I think. I think this is where I'm going to use it. I can't remember now. I think that's where I was going to put it, on top of that, but I'm not quite sure yet. However, they also fit in the center like that. So that's where these are going to come in. Okay. So it's just so adorable. I like it all. I'm going to just adhere this. And you do need a strong adhesive if you're using the glitter cardstock, because there is that protective layer, of course, on this type of paper that that causes it not to take glue as easy. It's not as porous as other papers. So just bear that in mind if you ever do use that kind of paper and you're struggling. It just means that you need a tackier type of glue. I'm using art glitter glue in this little bottle. And then I have the Barely Arts glue. That one gives you a little bit more leeway time for drying. But they're both pretty strong. I think they're pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just going to rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. So if you don't know this, today I also released a design team video for Renee Bouquets. And I'm so excited to have that video up for you guys to see. If you're curious about it, of course, before I end this video, I can also show you the project and answer any questions that you may have. Because I know in the live videos, it's, you know, the interaction, that's what's great about it, is that you can ask questions and I can give you a little bit more detail about things that way. So I'm going to put this one up here. Okay, and now just two more little panels, and you can also color these. So when you get little intricate bits like this, in fact, give me 1 second. I was playing around because I cut this one out, and you see how you can add shine and color. So depending on what you're using it for, like I was thinking this would be really cute just to use this part up here and use it as a bag topper, in case you did. If this part down here was not something that you wanted to incorporate, you can also just cut out part of the die. Oh my gosh, Carolyn, how are you, sweetheart? Don't you have a birthday coming up? Or did it already pass? And thank you for joining us. Oh gosh. Because I think you're a November baby, and I think, oh gosh, I know so many people who have birthdays in November. It's not even funny. Yes, the 29th. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I hope all is well with you, sweetheart. It's been a while. So it shows that I have 12 people in the room. I am hoping for 12 thumbs up. If you guys could help me with that, I would greatly appreciate it. And also, I just want to say a huge thank you, guys, because in September, I hosted a challenge, which was just, I mean, a simple challenge. I was asking people to share my channel to try to reach 3,000 subscribers, and I did a giveaway. And because of many factors, and I'm thinking most of it was because there's so many other challenges already going on. I only had 5 participants, but that's okay, because as of this morning, I looked at my channel and I reached my goal. Woohoo! So I am so excited about that. All right, so I see done. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, over the moon, excited about that, because I was like, finally. I've been on, what do you call it? I started blogging years ago, and then I had to take a hiatus from that. My life got in the way, and I was unable to do it, and then I came back, and I was like, you know, let me try this YouTube thing and see how that works, and you guys already know how that is. It's a lot of work, and Some days are better than others, but I've met so many amazing people here. And this channel is going to go through some changes because of some personal matters. However, I'm really, really happy to be here with you guys and to be able to share what I love to do. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. This is going to be the little gift bag, and then in a second I'll show you the card also, because I made a card set. Well, actually, I'm almost done. Got 2 more to go, but I'm making a card set also to go along with this, and also some little embellishments, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to make a video for the embellishments or not. That's going to depend on my back. So, okay, as you saw there, I applied adhesive on this edge. Oops, sorry guys. On this edge, and it was the same thing that I had done on the other edge, because they're the same image twice, if you will. So now it's just a matter of folding it over. You see that? And then that hinge will be right here. And that's what's going to close this box on the side. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Yes, you know, the shapes of the boxes from TonicStudios are among my favorites. I cannot say anything about them that is negative because they're always fun. I don't know. They're just they're cute, and sometimes they're a little weird, but they're fun. All right. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to match my bottom part of the box here first, okay, to make sure that everything is aligned perfectly. So I'm going to remove the adhesive from this little tab first, like this. But as I say, why be ordinary when you can be weird, right? So, okay, so I'm going to lay this down here. And I'm going to ignore the rest of this box for just one moment while I do this, okay? And I realize there's no adhesive on that one tab, but that's okay. All right. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that I get 90-degree angles on here. So that way I don't have a wonky box. So let me see, 11,000. Wow! Oh my gosh, Carolyn, I can't even imagine. Cannot even imagine that number. That's amazing. You're doing something right, sweetheart. You're doing a lot right, honey. That's one thing I can say. Doing a lot right. Okay, so here we go. There's that. And as you can tell, what's particularly cool about this box is that the protruding or pointy edge is actually right in the center of the bottom of, which is such a unique shape, right? Because it's actually a diamond shape at the bottom instead of square. And then here you just squeeze that in, and that's it. So you see the profile on there. And now you can go to town decorating it further. And you like it, Carolyn? This is from the craft kit. Yes, Elizabeth, you know what? It's one of those things where it's very random how that happens, I feel, you know? But that's okay. I mean, goodness, I feel like a relic sometimes on the internet. But I can't, you know, I can't focus on those things because life is what happens while you're planning, right? Okay, so I put the little sentiment joy on that side. Okay. And of course, this is very monochromatic, but I did that on purpose. I'm going to, well, you know what? Scrap and Craft Queen, please tell me your first name because I forgot. It's one of those things where, one thing that I have learned, I think, from other YouTubers is that if your content is about what you enjoy, I think it comes across as very much more genuine and then the numbers follow. You know what I mean? I, for instance, was doing some videos and I was kind of, how do I say this? I was at a crossroads because I didn't know if I should continue with that type of video or not. And then I just made a decision. I was like, you know what? Let me just be final about this. I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and that's that. And after that, things became a bit easier. Elaine, thank you for that. You want the little box? Yeah, I think it's really sweet. And then of course you can zhuzh this up with poinsettias, you know, with whatever you want, the little tags. Oh, let me adhere that real quick. I said I was going to use this one, right? Yep, that one. So here's the one tag, if you've just joined us. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of glue there. And this actually, this would be really cute also with darker colors. You know, the dyes do all the work for you guys, really. It's incredible. And then there's that. Oh, I just think it's so cute. But I think I want to stamp it. I don't think I want to put the love on there. I think that's, I don't like it. So let's stamp it instead. I'm going to go ahead, go back to, this is the stamp set that I showed earlier. It came with the die cut, with the die set, I'm sorry. And let's see, what will fit here? See, it's got these itty bitty little stamps. They're so cute. Yes, nailed it. Let's see if I can stamp this. All right, I'm going to find my little block. And this is also the nerve-wracking moment, right? Where you don't want to ruin it. Okay. I'm going to use Cherry Blossom again. Okay. It's going to say Mary. Oh, can't see it. Oh well. That's okay. It's just a tag. I'll show you guys in just a second. And then I'm going to put Christmas on here. It's a Christmas whisper because you can barely see it. It says, Merry Christmas! There we go. Oh, that one's a little more brown. Huh. I guess I should have done that with the other one. Oh, well. Okay. Let me set that aside for a second. And so it says, Merry Christmas! I'm going to put a little ribbon on here. Call that done. Ooh, and this is all I had left of that, so that's a good thing. Okay. I'm going to cut that part off because it has glue on it. And, oh, I think I can zoom out now. Yep, there we go. So, oh, wait a minute. I always forget about this. To do the loop first and then feed it through. So I'm glad I remembered that. And let's see if I can get, I think I need my pokey tool for this. So I'm just going to do this. Push it in there. Okay. Then do that. Pull it through. There we go. So that way my little tag will actually hang in there. And of course there's nothing in here yet, but like I said before, I'll be making some little gifts to put in there. In fact, let me see if this will fit. This is the one from yesterday. Well, I don't think it's going to fit the card. So it'll get embellishments instead. You know what? Let me measure this for you guys so you see how big it is. Look at this. Look at my hot mess. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this measures 6 inches tall. And at the widest here, it's about 3.5 inches, but in reality, it's a little bit smaller than that because as you can tell, the design comes in a little bit there. So I'll see what kind of embellishments I can put in there. So, oh, thank you, Carolyn. Yes, thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate it. And then let me show you guys the other projects in just one second. I'm going to twirl this around. And just for the video, right? So you guys can see what the finished project. I'll just do my little bow here. Because if you're anything like me, it takes me 3 hours to make the bow when the project took me 5 minutes to make. And that's just the story of my life. But let's do this. Yeah. Okay. I would add a different bow. So there's that. The little box. Super duper cute. And then the little matching cards. And this, they're actually going to look more like, oh, gotta fix that. They're going to look more like this one. This is the one we made together. Okay, so that's just going to be one little set. And of course, like I said before, I'll be making some more. Now, let me show you from the video that just released. If you could bear with me one moment. Just going to move some things aside. Because some of you may not have seen that video, so I may as well do my shameless plug and show you guys that project. Ooh, I feel like there was something there. Oh, wow, it's so sturdy at the bottom. I thought there was something under there. It's the paper. So here it is. So this is the video that just released. And I wanted to mention it because some of these items are also from the same collection of papers that you see me using and the ones that I just showed you today. Yes, actually, this is bigger. You see that? It's not too, you know, oh, wait a minute. It's not too small, I don't think. Let me get out some other, TonicStudios has some other boxes. Let me show you. Here's one that I had on display. This was a display for a retail store where I was selling my items. So here's another one. In fact, Carolyn, I think I sent you one of these, right? This one's taller, and in fact, I have the other one. I haven't even used it yet, because this was a set of 2. They didn't come together, but you could get both of them. And this one's 8.5 inches tall by 3. Yeah, this one's 3.5. Again, the same kind of width, if you will. Well, actually, no, this one's smaller, definitely. But as you can tell there, they have different sizes, and they're good to accommodate different kinds of gifts. This one, you could do the little tab. I put Velcro on mine. And then you can fit quite a bit, I think, in these. But you do have to squeeze the box like that. You see that? You have to squeeze it before you get your gift in there. But I think they're adorable, you know. And this, as you can tell, I had done this one for Mother's Day there. Then, oh. Here's one, and I wish I had more samples, but here's one that I made, and I never even did the video on this one. But this one was using a pillow box, and I followed Jody's tutorial. She's the one who designs a lot of these dies, and I made it into a triangular box instead of the just plain pillow box, which would be 2 of these shapes back to back. You know what, Jackie? TonicStudios does deliver to South Africa, just to let you know, okay? So if you use the links from TonicStudios UK, which I have on, goodness, I have it on my link tree, if I'm not mistaken. Or you can just toggle the switch and change it from US to UK. They will deliver to South Africa because they deliver worldwide. Let me just move this a second. My perspective on my camera and what I see on video is completely different, guys. So I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. But this was another box that they released. Very cute, I thought. I don't know. I was just playing around with that. And then they also have this one. And Carolyn, tell me if you remember this. I gave the other one away. I had made 2 of these. And so this is my sampler. But this is that little heart-shaped one. You remember that? Oh, goodness. I still have the little papers from my giveaway in there. How funny is that? I didn't even realize that. But yeah, this is another adorable little box from TonicStudios. Yeah. So do you guys want to know the joke behind this one? So that you see that I'm human, and some days I wonder about myself. Because Carolyn is dying already. So I know. Oh my gosh. So I think I did a live video with this, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. But I did my tutorial and I was feeling so good about myself because you know how that goes where your head gets all big and you're like, yay, I aced that video. So then I'm texting Carolyn and I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. I was like, Carolyn, look what I did. I decided that I was going to show the, oh, what are these? The micro beads from Renee Bouquets. Only, silly me, that's the cleanest word I can use. Tan bruta. I ended up using tulle instead of acetate, right? For my little shaker that I was like all, you know, proud of myself for making this shaker. And ooh, look at my box. So then naturally, you know what happened to my little beads, right? When I was done with the video. I was like, oh no, they all came out. So whatever's left, those are the little, you know, what do you call that? Straggler? What's the word? Oh, the ones, the left behind beads is what I'm going to call them. So yeah, I was all proud of myself and I was like, oh no, Carolyn, look what I did. And then I was worried because I was like, what if somebody follows my tutorial and then they go to use it and they think it's gonna work and all these stupid beads fall all over the place. So word to the wise, if you're gonna use the micro beads, use acetate. Don't be like me. Oh, but this, you know what? Every time I look at this, but I'm not gonna be able to get rid of this because now every time I look at it, I laugh so hard and I'm like, yep, Raquel, keep yourself humble, sweetheart. You're not all that. So yeah, that's my life, guys. Just when I think I've arrived, right? So that explains. Oh gosh, explains a few things. Oh Lord. So let me show you this magnificent project that I made with no mistakes whatsoever. Yeah, right. Who are we kidding, right? Oh, we all do it, right? Oh gosh. But whatever God has to do to keep us humble, then that's what he does, you know? Oh yeah, definitely. So according to that theory, Elizabeth, I should learn so much. So that's why, you know, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me or not. I think I may have just disconnected my internet. Lord have mercy. Oh, yay. Okay. Wonderful. I went into the Twilight Zone there for a moment. That's what I get for joking around. So, okay, so this was the one from the live video. Yay. Awesome. And this, by the way, was made with a die set that just makes the box. Let me show it to you. I think I have it here. Oh, I got laughing too hard, guys. Here it is. Got a runny nose from laughing so hard. Okay. So here's the die set. This one here. And it makes the book box. So this one comes with quite a bit of detail there. However, I didn't use the strap or the sentiments or the this and that. I just kept it really simple, really. Because, oh, thank you, Karen. Yes, God bless you. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. So what I did here was that I concentrated more on the inlay. So I explained this in another video where I place my my medium, my embellishment mousse on the paper, and I also sprinkled in there some, let me show you, glacier base. That's what it was. So this is what I use. I use this embellishment mousse. It's called Mint Tea. And then I use this glacier paste, frosted petal. And I really was not careful about it at all. I just did more of this green color and less of the pink. But it's just striated, if you see that. And then once I cut it out with the die, I took all of those pieces as if it were a puzzle. And I placed them all individually in there. And so that gives you a really cool effect. And then for, where am I? The drops. I'm trying to find the drops to show you guys because these are stone drops. So they have that sandy kind of texture. They're rough instead of smooth. And I'm trying to find the bottle here. And they're somewhere in here, but I don't see them right off the bat. Here it is. I think I found them. Yep. So these are called Rosebud Pink. Here we go, guys. So that's the stone drops. And you'll see, actually, let me show you the opening too. Because if you see the opening, it's wider than other bottles of the Nouveau drops. And that's because, of course, of, you know, that sandy texture that's in there. It would otherwise clog. But then here's the mini album. So it just slides right out. There's no pinching or anything like that. So there's the inside. I didn't line the rest of it. I just did this little bit there, but then I was like, didn't finish that. But no big deal because it's just, you know, it's not going anywhere. And then here I used Nouveau drops to alter that. The same with that leaf and then the little acorns. And I was so happy that I was able to figure out how to put those little links in there, which probably took me forever and a day, but I was able to add these little acorns as if they were a little charm. And these are those beautiful board pieces. See how they come with no color on one side? And then you can paint them, spray them, do whatever you want. So the lace is from Rene Bouquets. These papers are from DCWV. And let's see, what else? The butterfly. See how gorgeous that butterfly is? That's from Rene Bouquets, as well as the pumpkins. And of course, you know, this video just released today, but I figured I should give you guys a walkthrough in case you had any questions for me. I could answer them here because it's always fun to do that in the live videos. Thank you so much. And there's that one. And that was a little Maggie Holmes heart that I happen to have in my stash. It matched these flowers up here. So I figured, oh, it's the same color. So I just stuck that on there. What else is in here? Oh, and then the little leaves there. So for color and shine, what you can do is here, what I did was that I used different alcohol markers. And then I did a little pointillism, which means ... coloring. That's all that means. And then the same with Nouveau drops. So depending on the color of the drops, you're going to get a little different effect on that too. For the magnet closures, let me show you, Angie. I get my magnets from my communist friends. If you know what I mean. They come like that. And these are what are they called? Neodymium. I think that's the word. They're really, really thin. You see that? And extremely strong. So, of course, there's power in numbers. So if I'm going to show you this, it's because these are all together that's, you know, really strong. However, I get those and because I refuse to pay full price for them, of course. And then, yes, what I'll do is I'll put that, trying to think. I'll find it and then put it in the comment section of this video, okay, guys? So what I do is that I place it behind this paper. So if you were to have, you know, touch screen that you could actually feel stuff, you would feel the magnet there. I hide it under there. And then I know that I want to place a picture here, but I want the magnets to still work. So I'm going to place it as close as possible to this. So it is right below this brown layer that you see here. That's where my second magnet is. So right behind this piece of paper. and then boom, they work great. And that's what I use on all of my mini albums. Sometimes I'll use the bigger ones, but honestly, I find that when I do that, I don't like the profile. So, and you guys, I think you guys know what I mean. You know, when you look at the paper this way and you see a bump, I don't like that. So, no, the little golden tab is just made of paper. And this is so itty bitty that I don't even know if a magnet would, you know, fit in there. But do you hear how strong that is? It's, the other thing is, if you're thinking about constructing a mini album, if you know anything about surface area and pressure, the greater the surface area, the greater amount of pressure you can apply to it. So it's best to put your magnets on the biggest piece of paper that you can, if you are able to. If you put your magnet, for instance, let's just give you an example. If I place my magnet down here on my page, when I lift it, it's going to only lift from that the vicinity of that, you know, magnet, instead of from the center of my page, and that's going to create warping in my album. And that's got to do with physics. It's the only way I can explain that. So that's my recommendation. The biggest piece of paper that you can find on your album is where you should place your magnet, and then also place it as close as possible to each other, you know, instead of placing it on top of another layer and another layer, because that will happen where if you place your magnet too far away, then you go to close it and it doesn't work. And trust me, I've done that. And then you're like, I just spent all this money on these magnets and they don't work. And that's why. So, and you won't sound like that when you say it, but I will. Oh gosh. So, do you guys have any other questions for me though? Gracias. Gracias, Karen. Yeah, you know what? These mini albums come together quite easily because of the dies. I said this in another video. When you cut your shapes all at once, and let me just show you. This is the base piece here. Come like that. And it comes with 4 different sizes. Let me show you the other one, because this is something I forgot to mention in the video, and I apologize for that. But since you're here, this is 5 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, so that's one really good size that you can make. However, do you see how the interior pages are much smaller? And I did that on purpose. I just wanted to, you know, make the most of the papers that I had. And that's just a preference of mine. So let me show you the other one, because it's made with the same exact die set and it's a completely different look. You may have seen that video already. I did not make a box for it because I've made it a lot chunkier on the outside. So that's the one thing to bear in mind if you're going to make a box, is that you can't put too much stuff on top of, you know, to decorate the front. And then the last thing I'll show you is the card. But do you see the other one? It's smaller. This one is, let's see here. This one's 4 1/2 by 5. And I did a 4, what do you call that? A 4-step tutorial for this one. Oh, awesome. Carolyn, I want to see what you make. Anna Griffin, oh my gosh, everything she makes is so beautiful. Everything. So this one is a bit different than that other one in the sense that, of course, I added the, you know, the little charms. And I was so proud of myself. I made that. It took me all day. Oh, I'm horrible at making those things. But this one is a lot more frilly and girly, of course. And what I did was I just incorporated different dies from my stash, things I had laying around. Oh, you like the colors? Yes. This is actually this is supposed to be a little box die. I just folded it flat so that I can make the little envelope there. I've done that in another video, or another mini album, I'm sorry. And if you're curious about these papers, they are Maggie Holmes. I think I only used about 2 sheets of that paper. And look at how cute that is. It's just a little tag that goes with this here. This shaker, I think I made like 500 years ago. I can't even remember now. And I just stuck it on top of that. But then here, here's another alternative, of course, is to use those same little tabs you saw in the other album, only with brads. And that just flips up like that. And I show in the video how it is that I made all of these pages. With the exception, I think, of the last one, because, you know what? My husband came home and I forgot to film what I was doing because he interrupted me. Came home and put his hands like this, and when I'm like, wait, no, I'm filming. So here I covered up a brad because I wasn't thinking. So I just added that little sticker there to cover up the little legs. This is another die set, and that's where this just fell out of. But I made the little flap here with that, using papers from the same collection. These little butterflies, these are Anna Griffin dies here, including the swirl. And then the little flowers are Heartfelt Creations. There I also used mixed media, what was it? Glacier paste and something else. I can't remember now. And let's see what else. This opens up, so let's just go ahead and open it. I'm sorry, I was just reading the commentary there because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So you see the paper there? And this is not double-sided paper, by the way. What I did was that I cut it essentially on the wrong side first so that I could fold it that way, and then I cut it again and put that piece of paper on top. And then I decorated it with this tiny piece of paper here. The frame sets. Oh, wonderful. Are you referring to these? I have them right here. Are these the ones you're talking about? Because these are so delicate and pretty. The Ballroom Dance card set. Oh, from Anna Griffin. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, you know what? I have such a, you know, what do you call it? I have to stop myself from looking at things just like anyone else because it's, you know, I would go crazy getting everything and I can't. I have to budget, you know, I have to be smart about that. But yeah, they are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then here I use a little clip. I've had these in my stash for way too long, and I'm trying to be good about using what I have. So I just took okay, so the 12 by 12 paper comes with, you know, the long strip. So I just cut one of those strips, and I accordion folded it. Then I stitched the lace onto it, and then added cardstock on the inside. I did place, however, thinner cardstock in here, so that it wouldn't create too much bulk, and then place the heavier cardstock on the outside. And that'll also help protect the stitching edge there. Okay. Yes, I want to see, Carolyn. And then this is just, I used another tonic die set to cut these little tabs. Nothing special there, but actually I should put this way. Yeah, I mean, these are all simple, but I did the same, you know, flap up, flap sideways, that sort of thing. I did not make these into pockets, however, because the pockets are on the side like this. That's how I did that. Yeah, starting in 2021, Elizabeth, let me tell you, that is not going to be happening for me anyway. Just thank you, Carolyn. I've made the executive decision to do just that. and just go back to all of the items that I have and start using that instead of, you know, being a consumer all the time, because it is fun. It's wonderful to get the new things, of course, when you can, you know. But if you guys know, there are some changes happening, especially in New York State, and I don't know what things are going to be like, really. So I'm trying to just plan ahead and be smart. Here's another tag here. This one I did not, I didn't put gesso on this one. If you saw the video, I put gesso on the other ones. And this was using also the paste. I did this in another video. I showed how I made that little flower there. And then I made, excuse me, my throat just got dry. Made the little jar using little wooden jars that I have in my stash. I just, excuse me, I can't breathe. Excuse me. I just added the golden thread there. Sorry, guys. Yes, definitely. See, right now, if it were up to me, I would be using my cutting machines, the digital ones anyway, more. But I'm unable to sit. I can only sit for a little bit at a time. So sadly, that's put a halt on all the things that I wanted to do with my cameo and all that stuff. And so it's been easier to just craft standing, because I've got my Anna. Let me show you. And don't mind my mess. See that? I've got my machine there. So I'm able to feed my dies there, and that's electronic. So that way I can craft standing up. So let me put this back here. My room's a hot mess, guys. Because I craft and if the papers fly. Yes, I highly recommend this machine, and not because I get paid to say that, because let's be honest, I don't get paid to say anything. They're really, it's a workhorse. That's all I can say. It cuts everything beautifully. On occasion, I do use my platinum, the spellbinders, which I do have open on another table right now, because it depends on how intricate the dies are and whatever is happening. With paper like this, if I find that it shifts, then sometimes I do want to cut it like that, you know, die and then paper and then surface. However, the Anna Griffin one cuts upside down, if you will, because it's got the magnet and you have to place your dies cutting face up. So that's a little something to get used to, but I love it because I was having trouble with my hands and with my arm when I was doing the swing. Because I have both of the Spellbinders machines. I love them, but they were hurting me, so I had to switch to the electronic. And they fit also. The cutting mat is huge, the larger one. So I can fit all of the dies all at once if I want to, and then, you know, I use my washi tape and cut everything out at once and be done with it, which is why I can make a mini album much faster than some people can. It's not because I'm using any kind of powers or anything. It's just I can cut the papers much faster. So if you get into that routine of cutting all the paper first, then you can assemble, and then that's it. So here's another little card. I just want to show you guys the shape, because you can use these dies, of course, to make cards. What I did was, if you can tell there, I just added the background there, and then I cut the corners of that card so that I could add that to the cover. And that's that. So that is all for today that I have for you guys, but I would be happy to answer any other questions that you may have. If not, then I will be leaving you guys so I can drink some water and finish my little project here. Actually, I should have breakfast too, because I have not had breakfast and it's almost 1. I usually eat breakfast between noon and 1. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been a ton of fun. I absolutely love sharing crafts with you ladies, and just, you know, sharing inspiration and all that good stuff, and our inside jokes that then we can have about one another, so you can poke fun at me. Because that's a, you know, cultural thing. That's what we do, right? You're very, very welcome, Elizabeth. God bless you, ladies. Thank you. And if you're interested in everything, of course, links down below. Don't forget, go ahead and use those affiliate links if you're interested. All right, guys? Oh, thank you, Angie. Yes. Nicole is a sweetheart. I used to make design videos for her, but it's been a while. So I don't know, maybe in the future, if my health gets better, maybe, who knows, I may return to that, I may not, but you will find a lot of her designs on what I make. In fact, yeah, that's where this little doily there came from. But yes, God bless you guys. I send you a big, huge, okay? Be inspired and be blessed.